Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Comedy Rail. So here we are a week after York, and as you can see I put out a lot of videos, and now that I sat back and seen, I think I'm up to like 11 or 12 videos. I'm like, I may have overdone it just a little bit. I just wanted to, to get people to see what's there. And, hopefully that entices people who can attend this TCA Eastern Division York show. And even with the amount of videos I put out, the amount of time that these videos are, that's only a quarter of what I could capture for the show. Even though I had, full reins, everybody had full reins as far as being able to shoot videos and photos in any hall, as long as they asked for permission from the table owner. And still, that's only a quarter, covering a quarter of the show. There's 7 halls. Let's see how many halls there are. You got the orange, blue, silver, red, white, black. I might even be missing one, but yeah, at least 6 different halls, and it's just a lot of trains to go through and look at. So basically, this video is going to be my York report and show haul video. So I'm wearing this shirt for a specific reason for this video. This shirt got a lot of attention when I wore it one day during the TCA event. Now, for those who don't know, I had this shirt custom made for Walter Herbine just to harass him at the Hennings. I forget what it was, Lionel Days or the run. I think it was a Run for Fun event. So I had it made up for I believe it was a Run for Fun event. Wore it there, and yeah, he nearly fell over backwards. And I posted pictures of it, and this was in September. And somebody, I think it was John Hill of the Lower Susquehanna Valley Model Railroad Club, said, "Hey, that should be your official York shirt." So I wore it to York in fall, during the October fall meet. Got a lot of attention there, got a lot of attention with it. At this show, people were saying they loved it, they really got a kick out of it, they laughed. Some even mentioning I should offer this shirt for sale because they would buy it. And if you look at the photo that of the trains booth where they show the YouTube channels who are affiliates with the trains, all of us, I mean, most of them are wearing dark colors like gray and black and navy blue. And here I stick out like a sore thumb, this bright green Conrail patched shirt. So, oh, it was funny. So let's kick off the York report first. A couple things I want to touch on that I've been seeing on Facebook groups, posts. So let me touch on the number one thing I'm seeing people saying or complaining about was the attendance. They said the attendance was down. The attendance was down compared to spring of last year, 2023. But what many people are not realizing is that it's really not the fault of the TCA. We're in a really bad economy right now. People losing their jobs. The ones who have jobs aren't making it because the prices are up on food and gas and rent and all that stuff. So people can spend less in gas and tolls, let alone getting something when they get there. So yeah, the attendance is going to be down because of the way the economy is right now, and I hope everybody understands that. And so yeah, unfortunately for them, the attendance was down. And some vendors couldn't come because, either A, it was too costly, or B, they had staff issues where people had things going on in their life. Yes, the train road was not there, as many have said. That's only because Kenny Jr. and his family, they're expecting a baby and they wanted to be within reach of that, and we totally understand, and hopefully they'll be back for the fall version. So next thing I want to touch on is the YouTube meet and greet. It ended up being canceled. So the TCA wanted to get involved in organizing it and structuring it. So as time got closer, I guess there was personal issues and things came up, and so the YouTube channels couldn't make it, or something happened. I don't know. But at any rate, so they ended up canceling YouTube meet and greet, and I basically told the TCA Eastern Division just to hand it over to the YouTube channels. Let them handle the organization. Let them handle the structure, and let them have total control over it. It's basically the YouTube meet and greet is their thing, and so basically they agreed to that, and they're going to go ahead and say, just give the YouTubers their hall, say this is you guys, and you organize it, and you guys structure it. So that's a good thing, I think, because they always did a good job in the past on their own. Next thing the TCA Eastern Division is talking about is free wives, and that would be FREE, free wives, meaning they're talking about allowing wives to come into the show for free again, because they do realize the cost of things in the economy that we're in right now, and hopefully to try and get couples back in again. So they're in the middle of those talks, and we'll see if they'll approve that for 2025. Speaking of cost, there's a lot of cost to the TCA for this. And I see people complaining about the prices of joining, the prices of trying to get into the show. And quite honestly, I sat on at least, I think it was 2 board meetings. I actually sat on 2 board meetings. And when you hear the amount of money that the TCA spends to put this event on, it would blow your mind. And the costs keep going up, because they pay for the grounds and the buildings to rent them for those days. Then you have to pay for security. It doesn't come with it, it's separate. So you got the security you have to pay for. Then you got to pay for the grounds people for the trash and the cleanup and all that stuff. That's not included. Then you got to pay for the tables. I couldn't believe the amount of cost that it just blew my mind. That the amount of money that the TCA spends to put this on. So it's important that they get enough money to pay for everything. Otherwise, the show would not be able to continue. They wouldn't be able to put it on. And thankfully, they make enough money, according to the way they explained it at the last board meeting I was on. They make enough money that they put some away for a rainy day. So during the train show stopper, I'll say the C word, we're not allowed to say it on YouTube because they frown upon it. But when things were shut down, the shows were shut down, they had enough money saved, because when the show did start up again, the attendance was so far down, they didn't make any money, they lost. So if they didn't have money saved aside, they would have never been able to put a show on the next year. Thankfully, the next year they started making money again to put that reserve back in place again, in case of another rainy day. So that's a great idea that the TCA came up with. But they can only, from what I see, the budget only allows for them to do that, to take a loss for 1 year. So make sure you support this show, because it could easily disappear. And speaking of the board meeting, it's held during the TCA event on Saturday. The meeting starts at 8. So what they do is they open up Orange Hall The front part of Orange Hall is opened up. So from 7:30 to 8, they serve donuts and coffee. So you can come in and get your coffee and donuts. And then the meeting starts off at 8 o'clock and it ends right around 8:45, just in time to go into the train show on Saturday. So remember that for the fall show. And the reason why I'm explaining this is because this meeting is open to the TCA members, so they want you there. So if you have any ideas, anything you want to see change, this meeting that they have is the time to do it. If you want to make a difference, attend this meeting. I would love to see more people there. Because, as you guys realize, I mean, I know that people are saying, oh, nothing will change. They're stuck in our ways. Absolutely not. You're just seeing what I got done. Photos allowed in any hall as long as you have permission. Who would ever have thought that that would have passed? But it did. So you can make a difference. And there's new people that are in these positions now, and they're a lot easier to talk to. So it may take some time because there is a process to get things done. They gotta see if how it benefits, if the changes are really for the good, and they'll talk about it and then vote on it. And that's the way it's done. If you want to make a difference, if you want to see changes, attend this meeting. And so when I was there attending the meeting, I also thanked the TCA and gave a speech on the rule changes for photos and videos, letting them know that it was a good thing. And if there was any vendors there who had any concerns, I would address them. But there was no TCA vendors that actually had any concerns. So that was a good thing. And everybody follow the rules of making sure you ask for permission to shoot video and photos. So it was a good thing. It was a good week for that. With that being said, I've had people come up to me and ask me, "Hey Sean, hey Dak man, have you been told no yet?" Well, I have been forewarned that there would be people who weren't going to want me to do this and were going to tell me no. And so I already knew that was going to happen. But that's okay. That's their right, and I respect that. So the answer to the question is, the answer is no. And the reason why is because just like a schoolboy on prom night, I only asked the women that I know to dance with me, and that would not say no. So basically the same thing. I asked those who I knew weren't going to say no and knew who I was. But I did have somebody text me from the Blue Hall. "Hey Dak man, can you come over and see me? I want to be on video." Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll be right there. And I went right there and I shot video with them. And I did another one in the Red Hall. So yeah, I did shoot videos in other halls besides the Orange one. And that was so cool. And speaking of people coming up to me, I would like to thank those who approached me and said they enjoyed my videos, and the viewers, and you guys were so wonderful. I'm glad, I'm so happy that you guys came up to me and said hi and how you enjoyed my videos. It really means a lot. Without the viewers like you, this couldn't be. I would have never had Dakman Productions. And it's with your support that helps me to keep going with this. So those who were coming up to me were also giving me feedback during the show. And the majority of people said that they found a lot of good deals in the Blue Hall. And I was like, wow, I was blown away. So there were good deals. And again, you're going to see complaints, the prices are high and this and that. And, you're going to, no matter what train show you go to, you're going to have prices that are, reasonable, prices that are a great deal, and you're going to have the prices that are high. So, shop around. There's plenty of buildings in there to shop around in. But a lot of people said, yeah, the good deals were in the Blue Hall. Now, somebody came up to me and said something pretty surprising. And I just wanted to share this. Somebody came up to me and said, wow, I can't believe all you YouTube channels get along. It's like, yes, we all get along. We're not CNN or NBC or ABC or Fox or any one of them networks. We watch each other's stuff. We're a community. We support each other. And yeah, so that's the way YouTube channels are. We're super friendly. And speaking of channels, like I said, there was a lot of YouTube channels there. A lot. I seen somebody said, yeah, I hardly seen anybody there from YouTube. Well, they were there. Trust me. Between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there was quite a few. Most of them were there Friday, and some there Saturday, but for the most part, Friday. Friday is always the best day to go, by the way, if you're wanting a little bit of advice. Friday's the best day to go. But there had to have been at least 20, 25 YouTube channels there. Yes, that many. I want to give shout-outs to support people who work hard behind the scenes. And so this goes out to them because I think they should be recognized. So here we go. So we have Stacy of the TCA booth that's always in the Orange Hall. And you've seen Stacy on a couple of my TCA videos. So basically she sells the TCA custom runs. She's very familiar with the product. So I talked to her at this show. I'm like, I'd like to get an interview with you because you're the face of the TCA booth. And she goes, no, I'm just an office girl. Kevin's the face of the TCA, which Kevin is a face of the TCA as well, but I consider her the face of the TCA booth that actually sells stuff. So, Stacy, if you're watching this, you're more than just an office girl to us. Your hard work of doing this is really appreciated. So, shout out to her. And we're going to move on to the next person is Sandy of Just Trains. And when I was walking through behind the scenes, Sandy's, she's dressed down and she's sweating and she's working really hard, putting stuff up on display, on shelves, unpacking, and she really puts a lot of hard work behind the scenes that you guys don't see. She works really hard. And I had people, she's been on several of my videos now, so I've had people come up to me and say, hey, are you going to make sure that nice lady with the yellow, that's always at the booth with the yellow sign, are you going to make sure she's on video? I'm like, yeah. They might not remember the Just Trains yellow sign. They might not know her name, but they know who she is only because of my videos and how she likes to interact with everybody. And she likes to be on video as well. She enjoys it. And so, shout out to Sandy is the one behind the scenes of Just Trains. So when you see her at a show, make sure you say hi. The only time you will see her is at the shows. She calls herself the show girl, but again, I make sure to tell her, Sandy, you're not a showgirl. You're more than that. You're the face of Just Trains, and you put a lot of hard work into this. So next, I want to move on to Stephanie at Brady's Trains and her mom, Ann. So I'm looking at the trains at the Brady's Trains booth, and they have all these pictures on all of the train boxes of what's in there. I was pretty impressed. And even the rolling stock, they had pictures on there. And I mentioned something to Mr. Brady. He said, yeah, that was Stephanie. Make sure you mention that you liked it. I'm like, yeah, this was a great idea that she had. So she puts a lot of hard work in over there at Brady's Trains. She does the social media. She does the YouTube. She does the Facebook. She's the one that does a lot of that for Brady's Trains. The last person I would like to mention, they weren't there selling. They are sellers, but this time around they were just visiting. Is Raquel from B&R Railways. They're always usually at Edison or Mecca selling, and so her and her fiance are always selling the trains, and she's into trains herself, and so I find that really cool. So the point of this shout out is to recognize the women who work hard behind the scenes of our model railroading hobby, and I think it's a great thing that women are involved in this as well. I really do. Alright, so now on to my haul. What did I get? Now this is not everything. I'm holding back a little bit, and there's a reason for it, because one of the purchases I made goes with a video that's scheduled like 3 or 4 weeks from now. And yeah, I scheduled videos that far out because I want to enjoy my summer a little bit. So, let's go through this a little bit. Hold on here. We'll do this one first. So I saw this Conrail Trail Van hat. Guy had it. Who owns a crane operating business. And I said, oh, I love that hat. He goes, I watch your videos all the time. Here, you can have it. I'm like, you sure you don't want the money for it? He goes, no, it's yours. I'm like, wow. I've never seen a Conrail Trail Van hat before, but this is so cool. And for those who don't know, the Trail Van is basically TOFC, or Trailer on Flat Car, piggyback service of Conrail. Thank you very much for giving me that hat. Next up, we have this coaling tower. And I know what everybody's thinking. Coaling tower? You don't even have a steam locomotive. Oh, yes, I do. Don't forget about my Jersey Central number 774 Camelback. So I thought this would be perfect to go with that. Mickey over at Bob's Trains ended up giving me this, or gifting it to me for doing videos. So I thank you very much, Mickey, for this gift. And it definitely will have a place on Conahee Rail to fill up the tender on CNJ number 774, my excursion train. So we'll put that back here. Another thing I found, and I've seen this piece right here. I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, this is so cool. I know exactly what I can use this for. So I found this piece on a table by a vendor called Jaybird Junction. That guy's a riot. He's always fun to talk to. Very friendly. And insanely crazy in a funny way. But that's a video for another time. But he had this laying there, and he gave me a good deal on it. He wanted me to buy other things, but I'm like, nah, I just want this piece. And so he gave me a price just for this piece. So basically, I'm going to repaint this in white. I'm going to redo the ladder in a different color. But this is going to be part of my Cargill transfer, or this is going to be part of my Cargill corn syrup transfer facility. Perfect. This is a perfect match for my transfer facility for corn syrup. So, yeah. So, looking forward to that project. Next up, speaking of the TCA booth and Stacy, in support of the TCA, and I couldn't walk away without buying this next thing. And I looked at it, I'm like, wow, that's pretty sharp. Maybe not prototypical, but it's sharp. So, I ended up buying this Lionel custom run, TCA special custom run, Quickcrete PS2 hopper. And it's not the first time that Lionel has made the Quickcrete name on hopper cars. I've seen it done on the Centerflow, and it's like, I've seen it done. But, you know, on a PS2 hopper car, it's perfect because the PS2 hopper car really was meant for cement service. And the colors on it just popped. I loved it. So, I ended up buying it from Stacy. Alright, so next up we have this Atlasode Trainman bulkhead flat carrier car. And you'll notice here on the side of the box it says limited edition. Well, this piece is actually was produced for the Golden Spike Club, which is part of the Atlasode Club back in the day. And the reason why I wanted this specifically is because I wanted a flat car that had the trailer train road name. I didn't want TTX, and I certainly didn't want the TTX forward logo. I was looking for the older, early 80s, late 70s trailer train logo, the TT logo without the X. And this was a perfect fit for me. I found this piece at Just Trains. For the list price on it was $60, and Pete over there dropped the price down to $53, I think, for me. So he was looking to wheel and deal, and I thank Pete for the great deal. So once again, it was a great show. Happy to have been there. It was a lot of work, but I had a lot of fun meeting a lot of people, interacting with the viewers. Couldn't be happier. Hoping to see you guys at another event. I got one more train show coming up, which is the Great Scale Train Show in Timonium, Maryland. So this video should be airing at the time I'm there. And then that's it. Summertime comes around. So my next train show, won't be until sometime this summer. I don't know if it's August or I forget. But anyway, so what I do is I bring you guys videos from Conahee Rail. I have a couple of clubs that are interested in having me come over and shoot videos for them during my summer vacation. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what kind of surprises we can bring you guys. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed all the footage I brought to you guys. Somebody said, "Wow, you made a mini series out of this York event." I'm like, yeah, sure did. And I had a blast doing it. So, anyway, kept you guys long enough. We'll catch you guys later. Catch you at another train show. Catch you trackside. Goodbye.